Hi guys, how you doing? Happy Halloween! This is Madhvi here, and we are back with the predictions for the month of November. And as you can see, I've got all these lovely four decks, different decks lined up for you. The Urban Tarot, this is a new version of it. I did review the earlier version of it. If you want me to review the newer version of it, let me know in the comments. I will do that review video, but the cards are brilliant, as you will see. I'm going to use this one for the general readings. Then the Dreaming Way Tarot is for the relationships and romance part of the reading. The Dreaming Way Lenormand deck, yep, Lenormand is coming back. So we're going to use that for the work related readings. And the Inner Landscape Oracle deck, I'm going to use again, just like last time, November. I'm also going to continue with my shadow work theme here. So I'm going to be using this particular Oracle deck to talk about the shadow work aspects for those of you who are interested in that. And as always, the timestamps for each sign are given in the description of the video. You can just directly click on that timestamp and the video will jump to that particular sign. Also, my suggestion is to look for the prediction for your sun sign and your moon sign and your ascendant sign. So that way, and combine it all. So that way you get to see a much more clearer picture, much more comprehensive picture, as much as possible, as much as personal as this kind of a reading can get for you. And if you need a personal reading, if you need readings for very specific topics, questions, subjects, issues, whatever it may be, you know, you can always reach out to me. You can always book a reading with me. I have posted the links in the video description, so you can totally have a look at that. All right, so without any further ado, let's just get right into it. Hey guys, how you doing? This is Madhvi from TaroticallySpeaking.com, your tarot blogger, deck and book reviewer, and maker of these awesome videos on YouTube. I'm also a tarot card reader and mentor, and an author of this awesome book on tarot, which is available on Amazon, both paperback and Kindle, all over the world. Now, all of these links and more are in the description, so do check that out. And at the end of this video, hit the like button, share it with your friends, and if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel for more such awesome tarot videos. So, November 2019 for the Earth signs, and they are Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, first up, let's see what lies in store for Taurus. Okay, so I've already pulled the cards. I'm just going to put them aside here so I can. All right, so this is your general reading, right? So this is a reading that kind of covers or broadly sort of talks about all the different areas of your life in general. Okay, now I ended up pulling two cards all through except for the Inner Landscape Oracle card. So that's how it's going to go this time. All right, so here we have works or Three of Pentacles with the Two of Swords reverse, and this one has the keyword peace on it. Okay, so here's what I see. Very interesting. There's gonna be a lot of work for you. I mean, I'm not just talking about this keyword here, but that does distract, isn't it? Even if I don't look at it, look at the picture. There's so much work to be done, and this is not just your just you working. This is going to be a team effort, right? Just like this building that is being constructed, it's not just one person making it happen. There's a bunch of people coming together making it happen, and you play your role in this whole team effort, right? And you're going to actually spend some time in November making something tangible and real take place generally in your life. So you could be looking at doing some sort of repairs, constructions, or related things at your home maybe, or even at the workplace maybe. Or if this is your this kind of work is also your job, then you're gonna be there busy. The point is there's gonna be some real tangible. And even if we just look at the general aspect of it, this is talking about something that happens in real life. So it could be literally, you're probably going to be spending time assembling furniture, maybe. You know what I'm saying? This could be something as simple or complex as that. Or you could be literally part of a whole operation where you're playing your role and making something happen tangibly. Okay, so this isn't something that is, just a concept or theory. This is something real that is happening in your world. And that energy is coming paired up with this two of swords in the reverse. So while all this is going on, you're going to be dealing with some opinions clashing. These are two different swords, two different thought processes. They clash. In the reverse, they may or may not see a peaceful resolution, right? So and again, in this card is reversed. The energy is like, this was inevitable, this was bound to happen. So and it's kind of natural too, if you see, because if you're working with a group of people, it is inevitable that people have different opinions and they are going to clash. And as that happens, just let it happen. It is not your job to fix this. It is not your job to play peacemaker. It is not your job to bring them to some sort of a resolution. It is what it is. And maybe that energy is going to be you know essential in a certain way to make things happen, because two different opinions, two different perspectives, you could learn something. The point is, you do your job, be the part of the team, do all of that properly, make things happen. And if all of this, whatever clashes are going on, opinions clashing and all of that, observe it. Observe it. Don't try to meddle with it. Don't try to fix it. It's not your job to fix it. Observe it and learn from it, because this learning is going to help you somewhere down the line. Okay, so this was the general sort of energy at play here for you, Taurus. Now let's see how it is going to be in the relationships area of your life. And now, by relationships, I'm talking about any and all sorts of relationships. So it could be romantic, it could be regular, say with your brother, with your sister, with your parents, that sort of thing. Any relationship that kind of takes focus as the month goes by. Okay, so you have the strength reversed, oh boy, and it is paired with the 10 of wands. Okay, so it looks like this general energy is also going to sort of show up in your relationship area. Strength reverse tells me that you really have no time for all the drama. That's going to be your sort of approach, that I don't have time for all this drama. My goodness, you're going to lose your patience, maybe your temper a couple of times. You're going to be like, come on, stop fighting. Enough is enough. Let's get on with it. There is so much work to be done, right? And literally, this could be maybe your work relationships, workplace relationships. This could even in your romantic relationships, right? If you are in a romantic situation, there is going to be a lot of issues that you're going to be tackling, a lot of things that you have carried inside of you for a while there, and it's all going to come out. It's called, maybe there's going to be this huge argument where it all finally comes out, and you're going to have this whole list of things that your partner did wrong, or that happened incorrectly, or gave you all sorts of different feels. And it's all going to come out, and there's going to be some drama, there's going to be some major situation like that. So just bear with it. But sometimes it's essential, sometimes it's good that stuff comes out. Holding it in, it doesn't really help. You know what I'm saying? Let it come out if it's coming out. Let it be revealed if that's what's going to happen. It needed to come out, it will. And maybe that will create a sort of a platform or a space for resolutions to happen. But the point is, you really don't have the time or the patience for drama this month. Whew, now let's see what shows up for the work aspect of it. Oh boy. We have mice here, which is all about anxieties and worries. depending on what card is after this, I mean, I'm sure, but usually mice coming first can be decent in a certain way, but okay, okay, we have the choices or crossroads card. All right. Mice is all about anxieties, worries, theft, and loss. Choices is literally what it says. It's options coming in from different ways, different options opening up. So, what we see here with this pairing is that you have all kinds of different, ways in which worries and anxieties will be there at work. And since this is also theft and loss, it will also be that you might see situations where there might be some issues. Maybe someone is fine, has discovered many different ways to steal money, many different ways to steal, I don't know, whatever you are selling in your company. There you might uncover some sort of a plot or scheme there, or and literally this person has found very different ways in which to create this mess, and it has created all different sorts of anxieties and worries. If theft is not what happens, what might happen is it will be still all sorts of worries and anxieties coming in from different ways at work. Again, a reflection of the general energy and also the relationship energy. It's kind of like a confirmation of the overall energy here. So bear that in mind and just try as much as you can, Taurus. Try as much as you can to not butt heads with anybody. Just stay calm, stay as peaceful as you can, stay as centered as you can, and try to be objective when looking at these situations and these scenarios and these things. And especially at work, whatever it is that you are uncovering, this is going to be useful someday. This is going to be handy someday. This is something very, very interesting that you will uncover. And sooner or later, this is going to prove useful for you. So pay attention to this energy. Now, those of you who may be interested in, say, shadow work or inner work, so this card is for you. This is from the Inner Landscape Oracle. So while all this is going on, this is what you need to kind of also, maybe if you're meditating, journaling, or focusing, doing inner work, this is something that you can focus on. And oh, wow, Cage. This is a very interesting card. I know that online somewhere they have posted, meanings or interpretations for this image. But whenever I'm looking at this card, I haven't looked at this, but every time I look at this card, this is what I feel. This cage is way too small for this bird. This bird has outgrown that cage. That is the first thing I see. And second thing, obviously, or rather, simultaneously, what I see is this poor bird is caged. Now, the bird very well could represent you. And the cage can be a situation in which you feel like you're caught or trapped in, right? And you have outgrown that situation or that trap, okay? So, one thing for you to think about while you're doing your inner work this month is, what are the situations in your life where you feel that you have been caged or trapped or caught in? And focus then on, there could be different situations like that, which is okay, but focus specifically on the situations where you feel that you have outgrown this trap or you have outgrown this cage. So one example could be, let's say your job, it feels like a cage. It feels like, this is all you can do, kind of, but you seem to have outgrown it. Maybe you have upgraded your skills, maybe you have learned more, maybe you have understood more, maybe you think you're ready for more, in terms of your work responsibilities. If you feel you have outgrown this, right? So what are the things that was like an example for you? So there could be other areas of your life. It could be your relationship, it could be anything. There could be areas of your life where you feel that you have outgrown this sort of box or cage or bond or whatever it is that has been created for you. So, your inner work or your shadow work really is all about focusing on what, if you're doing shadow work, then I guess you need to focus on what makes you feel that way and how you can, uh, you know, resolve that feeling. Same goes with inner work too. You have to focus on what, when you discover what it is that makes you feel that way, you need to sit down and think to yourself, so how do I resolve this? Every situation will obviously have a unique solution that fits you and works for you. So you need to figure this out. You need to figure this out for you. Okay? Wow. That was interesting. Taurus, pretty interesting. Okay. Next up is Virgo. And here we go, Virgo. Ace of Discs reversed, paired with Strength. Ah, so beautiful. Okay, so Ace of Discs. This is a very interesting card. Specifically in the reverse, this card is telling me, Virgo, that this month you could be looking at some expenditures coming your way. There could be expenditures that you may have planned for, right? Or, saved for, that sort of thing. Or there could be expenses that, you said, okay, I'm just going to put this money aside for a rainy day, and then it rains. You know what I'm saying? It's a big chunk of money that goes out. There are expenses that will come at you, either planned or unplanned. So, but you're prepared for it. You have the resources for it. That is what I'm sensing here. And while you're, taking care of it, while you are handling these expenses, you're going to need a lot of patience, a lot of compassion, a lot of inner strength to help you deal with whatever it is that you are, spending this money on. So this is not necessarily something that will. This is the feeling I'm getting. This is not necessarily like, oh, you're going to go on a shopping spree. And you've saved for it, and now you're going to buy that big TV. No, no, no. You don't need compassion for that, right? This is going to be something that is going to need your patience, your compassion, your understanding. So it's going to be something that will tug at your heartstrings. Okay, that this is going to be something that is going to need you to stay strong, really, not necessarily physically, but emotionally and mentally. So that is the kind of expense that we are looking at. Okay, so if it's not a monetary expense, right? Because in the rare occasion, because these are discs, this is not, if this is not a monetary expense, then this is you letting go of something tangible, real. So it could be a thing, or it could be an asset, or it could be something that has a lot of value, either monetary or emotional or both, right? So it's one or the other, and it will obviously require you to be very, very mentally and emotionally strong. So with that overarching energy, here we go. Let's see how things show up in the space of, relationships in your life. So these could be romantic, these could be any sort of relationships here. Oh, interesting. You get two nines, huh? The Hermit reversed paired with the Nine of Wands reversed. This is interesting, right? Hermit is someone who loves solitude. In the reverse, he is either forced or he chooses to come out of that solitude. The Nine of Wands is someone who likes to, protect himself. Just let me see these cards, and see how he's built that fence around him, and he's sitting there. He likes to protect himself. He likes to be, I want to be safe kind of a thing. He has that thing because he's been hurt before. So now in the reverse, right, first the Hermit is coming out of that solitude, whether forced or whether by choice, and then this guy is dropping his barriers and, opening up to whatever is coming, whether by force or by choice. So ultimately, I feel that if you are already in a relationship, then the things that you have held inside of you, if you have some, emotional, mental sort of walls that you have built up, you will see in this month that you will come out of that closeted space, and you will drop those barriers, drop those walls, and you will open up more with your partner. If you have been single for a while, and it could be a while with that hermit energy there. Oh, and by the way, hermit is also the Virgo card, just so you know. So if you have been single for a while, then this month might see you coming out of that space and sort of being open, single, ready to mingle, that kind of an energy there. And so you're gonna allow yourself to come out of that cave of yours and really see what else is out there. You're open to what comes. You're not necessarily going to run after something, but you remain open to what comes. So whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, you're basically going to let down your barriers, and you're going to stay open to whatever emotionally unsettling experiences are out there. And even if when we're talking about any kind of other relationships that you have in your life, friends, family, that sort of thing, even there I see that you're opening up to them, you are talking to them, you are revealing maybe previously hidden aspects of yourself to them. And you're just like, okay, I don't know if they'll like it, but I'm gonna do this or tell them this anyway. So that sort of a thing. It's an experience, right? Your vulnerability can be your strength. This is something I read a long time ago, somewhere, Facebook or Insta or somewhere. And I thought about it, and I thought about it, and like that, the wisdom of that experience, it revealed itself in different ways across different experiences. So I guess maybe you're ready to open up like that. Okay, so all this energy too, right? So now let's see how it shows up in your work related energy space. We have the anchor, which is stability and long term sort of energy there, followed by house, again safe, secure, sanctuary, that sort of thing. So work seems to be doing okay, right? All this is happening maybe in the personal or emotional space of your life. And anchor, house, your long-term job is doing okay, your work is safe and secure, everything is fine there, and you literally have a very stable and steady sort of an environment at work, which kind of work will feel, maybe with all this crazy, sorry, excuse me, with all this emotional stuff, work might end up feeling like sanctuary or home for you, like a home away from home. Like with all this going on, work might be the place where you can just be without all these worries, and you can just be and do your thing. And work is going to feel like that stable sanctuary where you can retreat, right? With that hermit energy there, somewhere needs to be expressed, I guess. And that's what work will be, a steady, dependable source of income and safety and sanctuary, and feeling grounded and feeling at home, maybe even. Right? Those are good cards. Work remains like a solid, stable foundation for you while all this is going on. Right. So now again, for inner work, shadow work, that sort of thing, this is what you need to focus on while all this is going on. You get the card which says rebel, right? This is interesting. This is super duper interesting. Okay. Now, the rebel card here shows, if you see, all these are people, right? And everybody is like different shades of gray. And then we have this one guy, and they're all looking in one direction too. And then we have this one guy who's painted yellow, looking in a totally different direction. So he is, obviously straying from the norm, going, on a totally different path than everyone else. And therefore he is deemed a rebel. So your inner work here is to focus on which aspects of your life have made you feel that you were a rebel, which aspects of your life, which areas of your life have maybe called at you for doing something different than the norm. Where have you actually been a rebel, and where have you, by this definition, where have you actually been a rebel, and where are do you really want to be a rebel, which are two different things, right? And especially in terms of shadow work, this being a rebel situation here, whichever areas where you actually have been one or you're wanting to be one, but it is something, especially when we're talking shadow work, if this is an urge that you have pushed away, or you have not, actually given into, right? So specifically the areas where you want to be a rebel, but you haven't been one, or you haven't had the courage to be one. This is the time to sit down and focus on the how and the why, and the why, what did you get out of it. Maybe it is time to drop those fears and just go for it. It may be, you might let go, or you might have to let go of something interesting, but if you have the courage, if you have that courage, and if you're ready to step out of that fearful place, you might even see something good come out of it. Who knows? The point is, this is just me talking, but the point is, this issue, this inner work needs to be something that you can focus on in this month, and you'll find your solutions, you'll find your path. Whatever you do, it is unique to you, and it is something that you need to pursue. Okay. All right. So that was Virgo. Next up is Capricorn. Hey. So Capricorn, this is your general reading. So again, this is all over, this base, this covers pretty much everything, an overarching energy really. Here you have Two of Wands reversed, which here the keyword is dominion, and that's followed by the Princess of Discs, or the kindergarten teacher, which is very, very interesting. Two of Wands. Do you see these? Let me make this upright. Do you see these? Right? This is all about exploring different options, exploring different spaces in terms of growing, in terms of moving forward in your life. And this Two of Wands reverse says, stay put. Maybe the time is not yet right for you to go and venture out into the unknown. Okay. Now, Capricorn, I know you are someone who likes to think in terms of steadiness and stability and step by step. So this is something that will appeal to you. I mean, there is, of course, you are ambitious, you want to do something all the time, but the time may not be right for you to go exploring what else is out there. The time may not be correct for you to, or maybe you are also in various ways not ready to explore what else is out there. Maybe right now you need to stay put, and you need to focus on what it is that you are nurturing and growing. Now, it could be outside of you, work related projects and stuff, or other things that you are taking care of in your personal life. Or this could even talk about inside of you, that inner child is being, nurtured, perhaps taken care of. The point is, there are things that you need to first take care of in your own sort of domain and space first, before you venture out and go there and have your adventure, because you need to have your base, your foundation to be stable at first. And when it is stable, this card will automatically become upright, and you'll be like, okay, let's go, let's have that adventure. I'm ready for it. Right now, you're not. So what is it that you need to pay attention to? What is it that you need to be growing, nurturing, taking care of, allowing, to play and unfold and that sort of thing, right? So maybe you should put some of your plans on the someday list, right? You can get to them later. I'm not saying that abandon them completely, not at all. You can get to them later, but first you need to take care of yourself, right? You should be ready to handle what comes later when this adventure is kind of launched upon. Because if you're not prepared for it, if you're not ready for it, if you're not able to tackle what comes your way, if you're ill-equipped to handle what comes, you will be in a lot of trouble, even if you just kind of push through and go on that adventure. That's what I'm saying. That's what the cards I'm saying. Okay, so that is the general energy. Now let's see how that shows up in the relationship sort of sphere of your life. So this could be both work relationships or personal relationships or romantic relationships, all kinds of relationships where you're relating with people, interacting with people, that sort of thing. Okay, hang on. Here we go. We have Page of Swords, okay, paired with the Six of Swords. This is interesting, right? So Page of Swords basically is someone who has a lot of thoughts and ideas and things that she wants to do. Oh, we could try this, we could try that, this is something interesting, that is something interesting. And the Six of Swords takes a few of those ideas and along with other people, because relationships, and they move forward with that, and they're like, okay, let's put this into practice, let's see how it goes. So Capricorn, in this month, especially when you're talking relationships, you are going to come up with a lot of ideas, a lot of thoughts about how to take things forward. And out of those maybe 50 different ideas, because that's the energy of the Page of Swords, out of all those 50 different ideas, a few of them are going to actually be like, this is good, this is good, this is good. They're going to be sort of taken up between you and, say, your partner, or whoever it is that you're relating with or discussing this with. And then you're going to implement them, both of you, and you're going to sort of take things to the next level. You're going to move forward. You're going to transition to that next sort of aspect of your relationship journey. So if you're single, this could also talk about you saying, okay, if let's say you want to go out there and date, or even if you want to stay single and you want to just chill, you're going to have so many different ideas, and then you're going to shortlist a few of them and start working on those ideas. If you're in a relationship, then again, like I said before, you'll have so many different ideas to make that relationship go to the next level, take it to the next sort of phase, and a few of these ideas will be actually implemented, right? And in terms of relating with other people, again, same thing, different ideas, different thought processes. Few of them are taken up, and both of you work on the next sort of part of the journey. So there's growth in all the relationship aspects, or even if you're single, again, there's movement there, there's transition there, there's that, things move forward kind of, which is a good thing. So let's see how it shows up in the work area. Oh, you have clouds. Let's see what's after the clouds. Book. Okay. Now clouds are all about confusion. Clouds could also be about arguments, fights, that sort of thing. Clouds are not necessarily anything positive. Okay. So there are going to be some issues, especially in your work area. Again, this energy is translating here, right? There are going to be some things, confusions related to the work aspect. Again, it's a very interesting imagery, the storm in the teacup kind of a thing there. But this is going to be the energy. There's going to be a lot to figure out. There's going to be confusions, there're going to be disagreements, there're going to be some arguments even. And we have it followed by the book card, so it could be related to knowledge, information, wisdom, that sort of thing, or some secrets even. You know what I'm saying? That there could be stuff that comes out in this sort of an environment. There's stuff that comes out which some of it might be interesting, that might teach you something. Some of it might, reveal the secrets. Sometimes in a fit of anger, we say things, we reveal things, that sort of thing might happen. So be aware that this energy exists, especially in the work-related space. And you're going to learn something from this entire experience, no doubt. However, there might be some secrets that might not be required to be revealed, but you will end up revealing them. So be very, very careful. Think about the consequences before you open your mouth. Ultimately, you're gonna, know a lot of things here because of this environment. You're gonna discover a lot of wisdom there because of that environment, that whole confused, disagreements, that sort of an environment. This is good because I think it relates to this, wanting to do something more. But then you're going to realize that, okay, maybe you will learn this lesson that, I need to focus on this more, that sort of thing. This is good. Now, Capricorn, if you're going to be doing some inner work, if you're going to be doing some shadow work this month, the card you get is Into the Light. Wow. And this is a moth, right? The moth that sort of always follows or is attracted to the light, the source of light. Now this is very powerful imagery. The words are into the light, but there's a lot that you can sort of unpack here if you want to get into that. Specifically from the perspective of shadow work, what aspects of your shadow do you want to bring into the light? If you just go with the words, or if you look into it, what is it about this sort of shadow work, or bringing whatever it is into the light? What is attracting? What is being attracted into the light? You know what I'm saying now? Because we've talked about that moth there. Moths are always attracted to the source of light, and unfortunately, that is also the cause of their demise, because at the end of it, that light burns them, right? But they can't help themselves. They are just like drawn to it, like a moth to a flame, that sort of a thing, right? So, what are the areas of your life where this kind of energy shows up? And how does that translate for you? Does it translate well, or historically, how has that sort of ended up for you, where you were pulled to something like a moth to a flame, only to perish in a bad way, or suffer in a really sad way? So what are these areas in your life where you have done this? So what patterns get revealed as you uncover this? And then in specifically from that shadow work, what does that reveal to you, like your inner shadow? What you're like, this moth, what is it? Why are you drawn to this? If there's a pattern that gets revealed, so then that's something to think about, that why are you always drawn into these kind of situations, right? As an example, why are you always attracted to the same kind of guy? Or at work, why do you always end up in that same stupid argument over and over again? You know what I'm saying? What is this that always kind of pulls you, and you, like a moth to the that source of light, are always sort of drawn to it inevitably, and the ending is not a good ending, but you go anyway. So that is something for you to think about, and maybe figure out that what are the ways in which you can counter it, what are the ways you can recognize that pattern when it shows up, what are the ways that you can resist, right? That these things when they show up. So that is something for you to sort of ponder upon in this month of November 2019, Capricorn. Wow. An interesting energy for you here. Okay. Hey, I hope that the readings that I just did are helpful and meaningful for you in the month of November 2019. Thank you so much for your time and for watching this video. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, it encourages me a lot. Believe me, seeing your likes is something. It makes me feel really good. Makes me feel like, oh yeah, okay, they liked it, they got it, they appreciated it. And so yeah, and if whatever you feel like, if it resonated with you, if it made sense with you, if you like, yeah man, this means if you felt that, yeah, right, kind of thing, just go ahead and put your thoughts in the comment section. Okay, I like hearing from you as well. So I hope your November is awesome and great, and the guidance from the cards that has come through for you is helpful for you in figuring out your path, in handling whatever comes your way in that month. And I hope that everything works out. Hmm? So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye for now. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video. Please give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, where I post my card a day readings every day. You can also order a reading for yourself, or you can learn how to read tarot from me, of course. All of these links are in the description, so check that out. I will see you again in my next video. Until then, stay good, be good, and play with your cards. Bye now.